This is 808 in Trinity, and we are here with Christ XXL. I'm your host, Shanae Moore, and this is DKG Kie. What's up?
How you doing?
I'm doing good. So it's your first time in Houston?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely.
well, welcome. But you've been in Texas before.
Yeah, I've been in San Antonio, Dallas, and I want to say it was somewhere else too I did a show at. But yeah, that's my first time.
Where are you from?
Detroit.
My pastor's from there, and I heard he discipled you.
Yeah. Shout out PG, man.
Shout out
Gotta love PG for sure.
Yeah, he told me a lot about you. He said a lot of good things. So I was like, okay, if he discipled you, I know you're legit.
Absolutely.
And you know what? I've been seeing you post like scriptures, revelations, things like that. And I love that because you are a Christian artist, but you make sure to put God first. You make sure to always, because really you're a minister.
Yeah.
As
exactly.
an artist, you're ministering to people, and so I love that you make sure that whenever it's placed on your heart, you share it with God because He comes first. So I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Yeah. So you grew up Christian.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay, in a Christian household.
Yep, Christian household. My parents were both pastors. We was in church probably about 2 times a week. Honestly.
Oh, you're a pastor kid. You're
yeah,
PK.
one of them.
Ooh,
one of them for sure. So yeah, I got the normal PK story. You grew up in church and then you get older, you veer off, and then eventually you find your way back. Just thank God I found my way back earlier than a lot of other people whose stories didn't end that well.
How did you find your way back?
It's a very long story, but it includes just some run-ins with death and jail, and literally like within a span of a week, like I cheated death and cheated going to jail.
Wow.
And right after that, it was like just a wake-up call. Like, all right, you know what, I'm done. I'm done living like this. You know what I'm saying? This ain't who I'm supposed to be. This ain't who I was raised to be, and it's time to just come back and try to do this thing the right way. So.
Yeah, no, that's good. So you decided to just give your life to Christ fully.
Fully, absolutely, yes.
That's cool. So how did you know you're supposed to do music? Like, what got you into hip-hop music, rap, and Christian rap?
Honestly, like, I always had a gift for music, not for making music, but for just knowing music. Like, my pops would sit me in the car, we just listen to, throwback music, X, Y, and Z, to the point where we was, even at a young age, I could tell you what instruments is being played and all that. So I always wanted to get into music, but never thought it was possible for me because it just wasn't my life. And after I got off into youth pastoring, one of my boys at the time just told me, like, bro, I'm gonna bring my mic and stuff to your house. Like, I think you should just try it. Like, you already got the look for it. You know what I'm saying? Got a couple chains and X, Y, and Z. You look like a rapper. Like, just try it. And that's what we did. We tried it one day, and Detroit Christian rap had never been done before. So we wanted to do something that the world hadn't seen. And fast forward 2 years, here we are.
2 years?
Yes, ma'am.
So you started 2 years ago?
Yep.
That's cool. Do you have any artists that you like look up to, or someone that like kind of puts you on in a sense?
I hate to say it, but the way that I came up in this space, it wasn't no cosigner or nobody to really put me on. It just wasn't, just because what I was doing was so different. I feel like a lot of people was afraid to touch me. But I can say shout out to Zantee. He's the first official, the first official Christian artist that had ever reached out to me and said, bro, we should do some work together. And he took me on my first tour, put me on his album. So yeah, shout out to Zantee and shout out to Cray as well. Because he surprised me at hopping on one of my songs last summer, and that definitely helped me a lot. So them was the 2 co-signs that I did get in my career for sure.
Wow, who did you listen to? Like starting coming up.
I would say obviously Lecrae, but I wasn't a big fan of Christian rap. I'm gonna be honest, because where I'm from, the music is so much different than what Christian rap was. So we couldn't relate to it for real. Just being honest. So it was hard for me to find stuff that I liked. But when I did listen, it was Lecrae, Andy Mineo, and I want to say, dang, that was KB. Can't forget about KB. And then as I got older, when I was still in the street doing what I was doing, I found out about Aha Gazelle. One of my other Christian homeboys put me on, and from then on, he had became my favorite Christian artist to this day.
Aha Gazelle?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, shout out Aha Gazelle.
Shout out my brother, man. That's a full circle moment. Me and him got something coming real soon too.
That's fire. So in a lot of your songs, the songs that honestly I like the most, because I like Holy Hunt and I like Hood Jumpin' and Where Your Bible At. That's those are my 808 and Trinity top 3 songs. Okay, those are my songs.
100%.
In those songs you talk a lot about demons. I noticed that, right?
100%. Yeah.
So what is your experience with demons? Have you ever casted a demon out? Like, what's your experience with demons?
Growing up, the way we grew up, we understood that spiritual warfare was a real thing. Where a lot of people looked at demons as fictional characters. We've seen demons manifest. When I say we, I mean my family and the church that we attended. We had seen demons manifest like in services before, and we've seen them be cast out. And then as I got older and got into youth ministry, it has been a couple times where yes, I have had to lay hands on a person and cast a demon out. Like that is 100%. Whoever listening to this, just know, like, that is a real thing. Hell is a real place. The devil is a real spiritual entity, and so are demons. Like, this is not just cat. We ain't just saying this to sound sweet. Like, this is a real thing, for real.
That's real. Yeah. That's true. Have you done a self-deliverance? Have you ever gotten a deliverance?
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Multiple.
Yeah, absolutely. Because, it's not one time.
No, I feel like people don't understand the concept behind spiritual maintenance. You know, like, if you take this building right here and there's nobody to clean it up, like, if y'all clean it up, let's say we buy this building today, we clean it up today, and we got the building for over 10 years. If we never clean again, just imagine the dirt and the mold and all these things that gets built up. So when it comes to our spiritual man, I feel like you have to do the same thing. It has to be a constant spiritual maintenance.
Right, because we're in a world that's like filthy. So, absolutely. You know, they just attach to us and little things. And we also open doors.
Exactly.
You know, we open doors unknowingly.
Yep.
And sometimes knowingly. We've been making decisions 100%. That are not of God. 100%. You know, we're not perfect. We're trying to be Christ-like.
Yep.
But sometimes, you know, we don't always get it right.
Yeah, we don't miss the mark sometimes.
Yeah, sure. and Satan does things. He tries to trick us and manipulate us into coming into agreement with certain things. You know, yep. So that it's a big thing. So what is your relationship with God like, and how do you hear His voice?
My relationship with God is good. We have a very funny relationship because I have been known to be the child of His that will take an inch and just run that mile. Like, I've had that problem, not just with God, but just in life in general. So that's something that I'm constantly unlearning and just learning how to stay away from that inch. Like, don't even play with it. You know what I'm saying? So what I mean by that is, like, you know, you find yourself in a situation and then condemnation sets in, and then it kind of draws you, but it draws you away from God.
Right.
And I've, in my life, gotten comfortable in that space of condemnation because I was embarrassed to come back to God and X, Y, and Z. But now, like I said, the season that I'm in life is like, no matter what happens, no matter what slip-ups, because everybody slip up. So no matter what slip-ups, no matter what you slip into, just get back up, you know, and come back to God, because He never left. At the end of the day, it's us that leave, you know.
Right. So, isn't it crazy how the demons do you? They will sit there and convince you to do something and manipulate you to do something, and when you do it, then they guilt you and shame you, and that's what they do.
Yep.
And so then you kind of get like distant from the Lord, and they make you not want to pray. It's crazy. Exactly. It's a crazy thing. So I heard that you're getting married.
Yes,
that's
true.
Okay. So what? Do you have a date? Do you have?
Yeah, I can't put it out there because she don't know nothing yet. But yeah, she do know that it's coming soon. We've been talking about.
She don't know nothing yet.
Yeah, she don't know the date. Yet? No, not yet. Not yet. That's coming very soon. Like, I'm gonna tell you off camera. It's coming very, very soon. So yeah, she knows, and she got a good roundabout guess of when.
Like, you guys talk about it. It's like, 100%. Of course, nobody's gonna just propose.
No, we've been talking about this for so long. But like I said, with my life being a full-time artist, it's just like I haven't wanted to disrespect her by proposing and planning a wedding while I'm doing what I'm doing, because I just recently got signed to a label. I got an album coming out in 2 weeks, so like I told her, yo, just let me get all this stuff behind me and get the business figured out. That's extremely important too. How we gonna take care of a house if the business ain't handled? So
how long have you been together?
It's been a year and some change. Some change.
Yeah, well, that's a good amount of time. In Christian years, that's
it. Oh, man, what Christian years? We married already. Dang, man, for real. No care.
In Christian years, that's a long time.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right, especially, you know, if you're doing it the right way.
100%. Yeah.
I was like, I'm not gonna put your business on there.
No, for sure. No, we on all that. We ain't playing around like that. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Okay, so you wait till marriage.
Absolutely, 100%.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. I love that.
Absolutely.
I love that for you guys. That's why I said that's 7 years in Christian years.
Yeah, no, for real.
No, for
seriously,
real.
like, people don't understand. It's not easy to do, but it's extremely worth it because it's taught me and her how to communicate better.
Absolutely.
Like, our relationship isn't just about anything physical.
Right.
You know, it's more so, like I said, instead of doing those things when it does get hard, it's, hey, let's crack this Bible open, like, or let's just talk. Like, let's have an actual talk. It don't have to, touch no X, Y, Z. So it hasn't been easy, but it's been extremely rewarding. 100%.
Yeah, you learn how to have the boundaries that you were talking about.
Absolutely.
Like, you have to know, okay, God said no. We're not supposed to.
Yeah.
We're not supposed to go here. We're not supposed to be alone too long. We're not supposed to be. Yeah. What boundaries has God set for you guys to be able to wait this long?
Absolutely. I mean, it's just like, as far as when it gets too late you know what I'm saying, and things start to feel like, okay, maybe I'm feeling a certain way, or maybe she's feeling a certain way. You know what? Let me go to the other room, or X, Y, Z, like if she's at my house, or I'm at hers, or X, Y, Z. Like I said, it's more so like a time thing, and also too knowing like what sets your partner off. Like you have to ask these questions. It may be awkward, but it's important for you to know. Like, hey, it could be something innocent. Like some people can't even take, holding hands. Like I've seen it for real. I've seen some people, guys and girls, when they come to this Christian walk, everybody gets convicted differently. Right. So you have to just know their boundaries. So just me talking to her and her talking to me, just asking, hey, does this make you feel any way, or X, Y, and Z, and just knowing to respect your partner the way that God sees them. Right. I think that's been the main thing that's been able to keep us where we at.
That's great. Yep. I just think it's so important to be able to withhold, to be able to do it the right way, because it's a covenant that you're making with Christ. And if it's outside of God, then you're opening doors. Exactly. And so I just pray blessings over your marriage and over your lives and all of that. Like I just pray blessings, because I know God will bless you beyond. And you definitely have it. There's certain people, they might have the talents, but it doesn't mean that they're called to do this. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like you have what God's called you to do. You're walking in His purpose. Absolutely. And so I love that, and just continue to keep God first. Continue to minister. You're a youth pastor still, or no?
No, I used to. Okay. I used to for I wanted to say about 2 years. And then we ended up leaving. I had to relocate. I ended up moving to Atlanta briefly. Okay. And just with all that transition, I had to pretty much transition out of that and then take, like I said, music full time. But it is something that I do think about from time to time, if I do get the time. But when I'm on Instagram, every Tuesday at 7 p.m., I still do Bible studies. Okay. Just to, I don't want to say scratch that itch that I have, but it still is. Like, making music is great, but being able to actually minister straight out of the Bible and hold on to Paul and all that is no better feeling.
Yeah, it's your calling. Exactly. I mean, you're called to pastor. So you're a minister. That's what you are. 100%. So I appreciate you, meeting with us, talking with us. Is there anything that you want to say to anyone, or give them how to walk in their purpose, or how to hear God's voice, or just anything you want to give to people?
100%. Stop over complicating your relationship with God. That's number one. Because I feel like a lot of people feel like your prayer time has to be this way, or it has to be this long, or when you talk to God, it has to be like this. So that's not the case. Like, your relationship with God is your relationship with God. Follow the rules, of course. Like, there are boundaries and certain things we shouldn't be doing, but when it comes to God, even when it comes to prayer, like, I could be in the car from time to time, and as soon as I think about it, I just start praying. You don't have to be at your house in your prayer closet or X, Y, Z. Like, a lot of us just overcomplicate, and we make it so complicated that we almost pretty much self-sabotage our relationship with God because we feel like it's too hard. Where it's really not. It's not easy walking with Christ, but gaining that relationship is not a hard or overcomplicated thing. So yeah, that would be my advice. And also too, you're never too far from God. I tell people that all the time. No matter what you're into, no matter what you're doing, what you did today, yesterday, you are never too far to come back to God.
Oh man, I appreciate you. Thanks. I just remembered I had one more question. Okay, how did you get your name?
Oh yeah, for sure. DKG Kie, man. When I first dropped my first couple little songs, whatever, my nickname is Kie. So everybody back home, everybody and mama call me Kie. So I just call myself Kie, just K-I-E, all caps. And when I started working with Zantee, he did help me with the artist branding or the artist development side of, hey, you got the sound together, but now we need to make you a brand. And he told me, yo, we need to put something in your name. Like, it need to be some letters or something. And he said the same thing that Shaw was saying, man, you talk about demons a lot. This whole demon killer thing, this could work as a brand for you. So we started with DKG Kie, but when we wrote it out, it just didn't look right. So I was like, you know what? This world is so heavy on gangs and just gang relations and whatever. I'm like, man, if we could take something that the world is using for bad and give the Christians something that they can hold on to and identify with, just like the world is. When a blood joins a blood gang, that's something that he holds on to. That's something that he prides himself with. So as a Christian, if we can have that demon killer gang, that's what we stand for, that's what we believe in. I just feel like it's dope to be able to give them.
That's good.
100%.
I appreciate that, because that makes us know now. So it's Demon Killer Gang? Is that what it is?
Absolutely.
Okay,
absolutely.
Demon Killer Gang Kie.
Yes, ma'am.
I appreciate you interviewing with us. All right. I mean, I'm excited to go and see you perform.
Absolutely.
Because we're about to perform at the show here in Houston, Texas. I'm so excited to see it. I'm definitely going to post some clips of his performance because it's going to be fire. We're going to be turned. I'm not going to lie. I don't know if I have to repent. Sometimes I listen to your songs, so I be wanting, you know what I'm saying? Don't do it.
Gotta catch yourself.
Don't do it. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I still got some things in there. What do I got?
Oh, for real.
Songs be turned, okay? Songs be turned. So I appreciate you. I appreciate what you're doing from the kingdom.
Absolutely.
Keep on going. Keep pushing. And yeah, we'll see you on the other side of the. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I already know. Yeah.
But yeah, thank you guys for watching 808 in Trinity and Christ XXL. Tune in next week.
Yeah, stop trying to blackball DKG for real.
For real.
It's too street. It's too trap. But then it felt like in my spirit I heard, just do it. Just do it. When God is telling you to do something, sometimes you just gotta do it. Even when it's uncomfortable, sometimes you just gotta do it. Even when you don't have the finances, if God said it, sometimes you just gotta do it. Even when everybody else said it ain't gonna work, what you gonna do? Drop it. Okay. We ain't trust the song, that's what it is. Okay. We ain't trust the song, that's why we can't close nothing today. Killing things, only thing on hoes, get out my way. Fast car, you like now, as long as you feel fast. Yeah.